Hello, I'm Robert and welcome to my channel where I talk about everything automated algorithmic trading or simply algo trading. This month has been absolutely insane and it's been a very exhausting one at the very minimum. This video is going to be a little bit different in that I'm going to talk about a subject that doesn't get much traction but really should get more than it does. I'm going to talk about the KYC, or Know Your Customer practices. It's no secret that KuCoin has just recently implemented and enforced a full KYC practice. It's upset a lot of people, where you'll find the internet, particularly YouTube, has been flooded with videos of how this is going to hurt KuCoin. No, it's not. KuCoin is not going to feel the blip or the difference for United States citizens or anybody else that simply can no longer use their exchange. The reality of it is that one or two countries out of 290 isn't going to change anything. If anything, from the standpoint of their existing customer base, the KYC practices will put them more favorably because they are showing that they are doing what they can appropriate to their legal jurisdiction to stop money laundering and fraud. The reality of it is, though, KYC is such a broad topic that most people really don't even understand what it really is. I'm going to go over what it really is. All of it. It is far more than just an ID, a bill of your rent or your utilities. Much more than that, and in fact, the basic level of KYC has been in practice since the very beginning of the internet itself. First of all, though, let's talk about some of the lies, misconceptions, and outright dangerous content that is flooding YouTube right now. A lot of shills are out there promoting some brand of a brokerage or exchange with an affiliate link that people on KuCoin can go to that don't require KYC. I have checked out some of these brokerages and exchanges that are being recommended, and you will suffer dearly if you use them, because KYC has a second layer that has been in practice for a very long time. And this really goes back to the myth that cryptocurrencies are anonymous. They are not. There is nothing about the internet that is anonymous. I have spent 30 years writing programs, tracking down IP addresses, and identifying what IP server it came from, or what service provider published that IP address. There is nothing anonymous about the internet, ever. That is the first and most dangerous consensus that exists, and it's one that will cause you all of your money. So let's get straight to the real meat of this. With KuCoin going KYC and U.S. citizens or anybody else not being able to use their services any further, they're being told to either use a VPN or to go to X exchange. Well, first of all, the VPN will get you into some serious trouble. And this really applies to any exchange, any legal jurisdiction. Most financial regulations require IP analysis. And that is your IP address, your web browser headers and identity, and the device itself, the signature that came off of it or comes off of it. Now, for machines that have an Ethernet, it also includes the MAC address and the identity of the chipset. All of this is open and available through your web browser at any given moment. And even if your web browser doesn't give it out, your ISP will when you connect to another server. It has to, as the base point of how the internet works. KYC has been in practice since the very beginning of the internet. When you log into your exchange, even through a VPN, the exchange still knows and can backtrack that IP address. It knows that you've logged in with a VPN. And by the very terms and conditions of that exchange, you are in direct violation of lawful records requiring that they know their customer. Every jurisdiction has some level of requirements that the base level services must provide legally, even without a full KYC of your bank account, identity, passport, driver's license, or any other paperwork they might require. Your machine ID, your browser ID, and your IP address are automatically cataloged and tracked consistently. That is a given. So if you log on to an exchange that uses IP filtering, full well knowing that they use IP filtering, you are in violation of their terms of service, and for United States citizens, you are in violation of U.S. law. If you try to transfer money into that exchange or have money in that exchange, it is automatically forfeit. Because from the standpoint of the law, you are trying to conceal your identity deliberately and maliciously, and that automatically implies fraud and or money laundering. Do not ever use a VPN to connect to a financial service. It can cause you a lot of grief, especially if that service uses any level of IP filtering, like MEXC, Bybit, BitGet, and a myriad of any other service out there that might use Cloudflare as part of the underlying infrastructure. Take careful care that you practice the laws of your jurisdiction responsibly, because they will take your money, they will ban your IP address, and you have no legal recourse because you willfully and deliberately broke the law. That is how the United States government sees it, that is how U.S. law is written, and that is how it is handled in most jurisdictions that explicitly state that you cannot filter your IP address or try to hide the location of your true IP address. KYC is a practice that is and has been very much in practice for a very long time at some level. If you're a U.S. citizen, then you already know without any doubt the cryptocurrency markets are garbage. Fees are high, liquidity and trading volume are low. It's the way it is. The rest of the world doesn't want the idiocracy that goes with dealing with the United States. You just have to deal with it and work within what is allowed within your government. Trying to get around the legal restrictions isn't going to help you. It just means you're going to lose your money. End of story. When you sign up to an exchange, turn off the VPN. Find out if they use IP filtering. If they do, it's set, it's done, you can't go any further. Don't try. It's not worth you losing your money, and you will lose your money. Even if you use third-party service providers, like what I provide, Jackrabbit Relay, or 3 Commas, or Crypto Hopper, Alertatron, or any other number of products scattered across the internet. You still have to log into the exchange, and you still have to transfer money. Those points are easily ways that you can be tracked and identified as to whether or not you belong within the jurisdiction of that exchange. You may get away with it for a month, you may get away with it for 2 months, you may get away with it for 6 months, but sooner or later something's going to happen, your account is going to be locked, and all of your money is going to be gone. Don't do it. Don't take the risk. If you're a U.S. citizen stuck under some very strange laws and conditions, it doesn't matter. Find another form of trading that can be just as profitable, whether it's Forex and or stocks or some other commodity-based system along with cryptocurrencies. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and never risk more than you can afford to lose. And always be willing to lose everything you risk. That includes KYC practices as well. Don't underestimate just how quickly this can go bad, because it will. Follow the laws and jurisdictions carefully within what you are responsible for. There's no second guesses here. There's no second chances. There's no, oops, I made a mistake. The use of a VPN is a deliberate and malicious attempt to hide your identity, and it is automatically a red flag for any service that uses IP address filtering of any kind. Understand that, read those terms and services, and keep that to the letter. Now here's where I ask you for your help. Help me get this information out there. People on the internet are all too happy to lie, cheat, and steal. And real information like what I just gave you is very far and few in between. You need to know this to protect your own money. Others wanting to trade in the cryptocurrency markets need to know this. Please like this video and share it. Help people learn the truth that they cannot use VPNs with financial services without deliberately breaking the law. And it is written in law that you cannot conceal your identity. Whether it is in their laws from their server side, or if you are a United States citizen, it is in your laws from within your country's side. Keep your money safe by practicing responsible trading rules. And that includes knowing the brokerage you are using and knowing the laws of where you live. So give this video a thumbs up, like it, share it. Let's get this information out there, and let's make sure that the truth gets heard. Until next time.